This video is for the 2021 Astro-Tarot forecast for the signs of Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Yes, I'll be putting out another video for the other signs right after this, very shortly. I've been trying my best to get these videos done. So I've been teaching myself how to edit, make presentations on YouTube, do all this stuff from scratch and from my home. So I really do appreciate everyone's patience and support with these videos. All right, so let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so just a couple notes here. So please be sure to check your sun, moon, and rising signs. We have several different signs. Everyone's really familiar with our sun signs, but you have a moon sign and a rising sign. And if you aren't familiar with those, you can definitely Google, and there's a lot of free calculators that you can calculate your own signs. But if you want to ask me for help, I can also help you out with that. I might put out another video about the sun, moon, and rising sign, so stay tuned for that. Remember, these are general readings, so if you would like a more personalized reading for you in particular, please feel free to contact me, and I'll be putting my social information so that you can reach me at the end of this video. I will try to make time marks in the video. I myself, I don't really like sitting through long videos, anything longer than 10 minutes. I have ADHD, so it's, I'm just one of those people that I have really short attention span. So I'm going to try my best to put time marks in videos so that you can find your particular sign and you can read the message for that particular sign. So I'll post those in the comments below. Or if you would just like to read the whole video, watch the whole video, you can also do that too. Again, my goal is to make this video as short, sweet, and entertaining and enjoyable as possible. So fingers crossed. Let's hope we get this done. Okay. And lastly, please be sure to like the video. That really helps me get my channel, get me to promoting the channel, growing the channel, and helping me with motivation to keep going, to keep doing this. So I really do appreciate it. Let me know that you've like the video by hitting that like button, and subscribe to the channel so that you are kept updated with the latest videos. I'm going to try to be more make more videos every week. So just subscribe so that you can get notified as soon as they come out. And lastly, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. All right, and let's move on. Okay, a couple more notes. All right, so this is how the readings are going to go. So this video is going to have the 6 signs: Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So I'm going to draw 3 different cards from 3 different decks, as you see in the picture here. I have the Rider-Waite Tarot, I have the Kyle Gray Angel Prayers Oracle, and I have the Chris Gaines Light Seers Tarot. Okay, so the first card represents the energy that you start 2021 with, or you bring in, or the energy that you bring in with you from 2021. Okay, the next card. Okay, second card represents the energy you're going to be leaving 2021 with, or the energy that you're going to be bringing into 2022. All right, and the third card is your overall guidance from the angels and/or your higher power. I particularly work with the angels and and God. Those are my spiritual team that I work with. So hopefully that resonates with you. Yeah, so that's a little bit of how this reading is going to go. Okay, let's move on forward. Okay, so I like to start off each reading by doing a prayer just to cleanse the energy and to create a space. You can follow along with me if you wish, or you can just skip this part if you don't resonate with you. It's your choice. But I'm just gonna say it quick so that I can create an energetic space and put good energy out there. Okay, so dear Heavenly Father or Heavenly Creator, please assist us in creating an energetic space of divine love and light in which we invite spirit, angels, and our guides to assist, guide, and protect us in this endeavor from any disagreeable energies. Dear Heavenly Creator, please allow these messages that come through to be healing, empowering, and resonate with whomever needs to hear them. This we ask in the highest intention for the highest and greatest good in the highest and most benevolent way possible. We pray for this or something better. This we ask in love and light. Amen. Thank you so much. And now onto the reading. Okay, so first reading is for the sign of Libra. All right. Okay, so Libra, these are the cards that I pulled out for you. Okay, the first card that you got was and I'm not going in the particular numerical order. I'm just going by in the order that I pulled them out. Remember, if you want any guidance from what the numbers mean and what the card orders mean and how the whole layout is done, you can check back in the earlier part of this video, and that'll explain it a little bit better. So, okay, so you got the Three of Swords here. So Three of Swords carries Saturn and Libra energy, and it corresponds to the dates of October 3rd to 12th, and it's in the first decan of Libra. So 10 to 20 degrees. I'm sorry, the second decan of Libra, 10 to 20 degrees of Libra. Okay, so normally Three of Swords. This talks about the energy that you're going to be leaving. 2021 out of it. So it's looking like heartbreak. As you can see there, it doesn't. It's the heart's being torn into three different pieces. So this is a time of looking within, looking, of spiritual courage, fortitude, learning to let things go. It's like finding peace and forgiveness, releasing things that no longer serve you so that you can move on to something else. Okay, if you look at the other card here that we got here, it's the Five of Pentacles here, and Five of Pentacles carries Mercury and Taurus energy, and it corresponds to the dates of April 21st to the 30th. Okay, and this is the first decan of Taurus, which is 0 to 10 degrees Taurus. Okay, so it's the Five of Pentacles reverse. Let me break out the point here. So you got the Five of Pentacles reverse, and normally when it's reversed, it's not some people read it as a negative interpretation, but not necessarily. In So this is talking about the energy that you're leaving 2020 and coming into 2021 with. So in this position here, it's talking about a change in value. So as you can see, there's two people that are caught out in this snowstorm, and they're heading towards the church. Here you can see like the church window for refuge. Okay, so this is all about looking within, finding a safety place within yourself. And it's about reassessing what you want, reassessing what your priorities basically. Okay, and here it's with the other card that we were talking about before, the Three of Swords. Okay, there's some things that you have to be willing to let go. So you can't like when I feel this card, it's like crying over spilled milk, if that makes any sense. Like there's some things that you have to learn to let go in order to move on to something better. Okay, and that's going to be hard to do because you're emotionally invested in it, and you have, and I don't know if this is a relationship that may, or it may be something that plans that you had set that you feel as though you don't want to give up on just yet. But if you're willing to say, okay, there's no more I can do on this path, let me move on to something else, okay? Then you'll find happiness if you're willing to let go of what no longer is needed for you. Or it could, what I'm also getting right now from Spirit, is that this could be about a change in patterns or a change in habits or a change in a way that you see yourself. Um, so there may be something that, okay, I'm seeing that maybe you take up a new hobby, or you start a new gym routine, or you do something, I don't know, you go to a different book club, start join a book club or something different, do something different, make some kind of change in your personal life that'll lead you toward your ultimate success. Okay. And your last card here, uh, self-explanatory, count your blessings. So thank you, universe and angels, for the blessings in my life. So again, gratitude is a big thing for you this year. Okay, being thankful for what you have, even though these first two cards may not be the most cheerful and uplifting looking cards. It says, despite feeling like this year you may feel like you've had to sacrifice a lot, you've had to give up a lot and have nothing to show for it. Be grateful for the little things that you do have. Okay, and yeah, so thank you so much for letting me read for you, Libra. And now I'll be moving on to the next sign. Okay, so this is for this sign of Scorpio. Okay, so Scorpio, let's take a look at the cards that you got. Okay, so when I did this, when I was shuffling cards, there were two cards that first came out for you for the first position. All right, so it's the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so normally when you shuffle the cards, you try to shuffle them to pull one card, but sometimes more than one card may jump out. I tend to read those cards, and both of these cards tended to came out at the same time. So this first position is talking about the energies or things that you're bringing into 2020. So here it's talking about you are highly motivated. This could represent two people in particular. Initially, this could be a relationship, or it could be about power struggle. Um, maybe this may pertain to some of you that may be in a relationship with someone, and you're trying to figure out if you're both going in the same direction, or if either you're trying to compromise, or you're trying to figure out, okay, how do we work together to achieve a goal. Um, the Queen of Wands, she carries Mars and Aries energy. Okay, so she is very much a go-getter. She's about motivation, drive. She's the more nurturing aspect of, um, like she's like the cheerleader per se. Okay, she's like, yes, like go for it, you do it. Or she's that mind that says, okay, how do I get this done? I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. Whereas the King of Wands, he's more of the director, the not the facilitator. The Queen of Wands is more of the facilitator, but he's more of the, okay, yeah, like the leader, the take charge type of energy. Okay, so the Queen, she carries Mars in energy, and her dates are from March 21st to the 30th, and she represents the first decan of Aries. So that's 0 to 10 degrees in Aries, versus the King, who represents Saturn in Leo. Okay, he carries Saturn in Leo energy, and Saturn Leo energy. That's more like authoritarian. It's more, like I said, he's the director, so he wants to know what's going on. Wants to have all the fingers in the pot. Like he basically wants to run the show the way he sees fit. So it's like, yes, like I want to make sure, I want to be the boss, basically. Okay, and it's more about learning how to use your power in a wise way. Okay, because with Leo, it's either you could be the benevolent dictator or you can be the tyrant. So Saturn, you know, teaches us about learning to balance the responsibility of power and the title, and having the authority and agency, to to be powerful and to go after what it is that you want. Okay, so when those two cards are coming out there, it's definitely telling me that this is a time that you're coming into 2021 with a lot of things that you want to accomplish. You definitely have, you're motivated, you have things that you want to set your sights on. So it's cautioning you to balance your power and to, you know, fine tune, make sure that, um, your drive and the things that you want are the things that you need, if that makes any sense. Okay, Spirit just told me to tell you that. Um, and also, yes, make sure that you are, whatever it is that you're going about or trying to pursue, or whatever relationships that you are in, that you're not stepping on anyone's toes, that you are being fair, you are being just, and you are not trying to, um, you know, put someone else down to get what you want, or to feel powerful, if that makes any sense. Okay, let's move on to the other card here. So this is the Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay, so the Ten of Cups carries the Mars and Pisces energy, and it resonates to the dates March 11th to the 20th, and it is the 20 degrees. I'm sorry, 20 to 30 degrees in Pisces, so that's the last decan of Pisces. Okay, so Mars and Pisces energy, that's like, pursuing your dreams. Okay, it's like, okay, I want to have $1 million so that I can pass it on, you know, build a nice house and raise my family and have something to pass on to my children and to my grandchildren. So Mars is basically, you know, the person that's working and saving and you know, moving diligently toward, you know, toward a goal for, you know, towards their big dreams or ideals. Okay, so again, remember how we talked about, in the beginning of the year here, we have a lot of ambition, a lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of drive to go after what you want. And this here is, this card is saying that by the end of 2021, going into 2022, you're definitely still, you're making progress toward that goal. Okay, so it's funny how this card here represents Mars and Pisces, whereas the Queen represents Mars and Aries. Okay, so those two cards tell me that this is definitely going to be, 2021 is definitely going to be a very productive year for Scorpio. All right, and it's basically, you're gonna get closer to whatever that goal is. Okay, remember this is a general reading, so, if you want more information about that, definitely, contact me and we'll set something up. But yeah, so it's definitely talking about, this is a year of progress for you. This is a year of movement. This is a year where you're taking charge of your life and making progress and moving forward. Okay. Your last card here that, I picked out for you is the inner voice card. It says, "Thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice." Okay, remember we talked about here about, power struggles and making sure that you are using your power and your influence and your agency in a fair and balanced way, that you are, you don't become the tyrant, or, you know, like you're a benevolent dictator, not a tyrant. So again, follow your inner voice, trust your intuition. Okay, make sure you stay grounded. You know, recognize that, you know, everything has a purpose, everything, being grateful for what you have and being in aligned with your truth. Okay, um, and yeah, and like I said, in following your intuition, being grounded, not being so caught up in your head, but listening to your heart. You know what I mean? Working from a place of heart-centered motivation. You know what I mean? Not your ego. Versus, so it's like if you do have an opportunity this year to, let's say, get a job opportunity. It's not like you have to step on someone, you step on top of someone to get ahead. Being fair, being balanced. I'm sorry, I can't picture another metaphor, but that's generally the idea behind what the cards are saying, is that being balanced, doing the right thing, and not abusing what you've been given. Okay? So hopefully that helps you, Scorpio. And now on to the next reading. Okay, so this reading is for Sagittarius. Okay. All right, so Sagittarius. So the cards that you got are the Three of Pentacles, okay, the Ten of Cups, upright, and that's where you have an angel card here that says trustworthy friends, okay? So I'm being guided to start here. So it says, thank you, angels, for surrounding me with people I can trust and love. Okay. So what's interesting here is that this is the card that represents the energy that you're going to be bringing into 2021, or the energy that surrounds you. Okay. So Three of Pentacles carries a Mars and Capricorn energy. Okay, it corresponds to the dates December 31st to January 9th, and it represents the second decan of Capricorn, which is 10 to 20 degrees of Capricorn. Okay, so Three of Pentacles, this card talks about a work of cooperation, teamwork, of consulting with experts to accomplish a goal. So as you see here, this is the Mason. They're in a cathedral, and they're holding a blueprint. So this is the monk in the cathedral. This figure here, this is a nun. They say it's a nun. I'm not sure. But they're assisting the carpenter, mason, architect person here with how to build the cathedral. Okay, so all these people are working together to accomplish a goal here. So so this is that's what I was saying before. This is a teamwork of consulting experts, putting like minds coming together to accomplish a goal, discipline, um, collaboration. So these are some things that you may have going on with you coming into 2021. You may be partnering with other people. You may be, this could be business wise or um, networking. This is more of a career oriented card, or maybe someone coming in earlier this year to help you out with something, or this could be you consulting with someone else, or going earlier in 2021, going to someone else to work on a project per se. So this is what the beginning of the year, leaving 2020, coming into 2021. All right. The next card here, Ten of Cups. So this is the card that represents the energy leaving 2021 and going into 2022. So this carries Mars and Pisces energy. So this is that corresponds to the dates March 11th to the 20th, and this is the last degree of decan of Pisces, 20 degrees to 30 degrees. And this card here symbolizes accomplishment, legacy. As you can see, there's like two parents here watching their children play off in the at the beach, and so it's a card of fulfillment. So it feels like what happens earlier in the year really does pay off, towards the end of the year. And again, when you have this card here that kind of backs up this first card, trustworthy friends, thank you, angels, for surrounding me with people I can trust and love. Okay, so these two cards especially complement each other. Um, so yeah, so one thing that Spirit did tell me is make sure you keep an eye on you let in your inner circle. Make sure that there's a saying, birds of a feather flock together. So make sure, the people that you surround yourself with are helping you get to, be productive and move to, empowering you, not holding you back per se. Maybe you might have to change your friends this year, or figure out who is on the same path or same page as you as far as your goals and what you are aspiring to do this year, or what you want to aspire to do this year. So keep an eye on your friends. Friends are your network circle, very important this year. And if you do that, then it looks like it will pay off for you by the end of the year going into 2020. Okay? So Sagittarius, that's your reading. Thank you so much, and I hope it resonates with you. And now on to the next reading. Okay, so this reading is for the sign of Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, let's go take a look at your cards. Okay, so Capricorn. So the first card that you got, this represents the energy that you've come into 2021 with. All right, is the Nine of Wands. Okay, so Nine of Wands carries Moon and Sagittarius energy. It corresponds to the dates December 3rd to the 12th, and it represents 10 to 20 degrees of Sagittarius. Okay, so that's the second decan of Sagittarius. All right, so it represents a soldier, kind of like a wounded soldier, nursing their wounds, camping out to plan their next phase of attack. It's a card of strength, resolve, and resilience. Okay, so towards the end of 2020, coming into 2021, you may feel like you needed to retreat from the battlefield per se. You may feel like you kind of battle weary and exhausted, and you kind of need a breather. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from the card. And the next card here, it says what you're feeling from. This represents the energy going from 2021 into 2022. So this year, so this is the, I'm sorry, before I get into the year part. So this is the strength card. So as you can see, it represents a lion and a woman, and a young maiden here. So it's kind of like that balance of strength and beauty. And then you have the lamb here. That's kind of like a little bit of Christian metaphors of, Christ, the lamb, and things like that. So these two cards here kind of they're kind of basically repeating the same thing. This is about inner strength, finding your inner peace, inner courage, your resolve to, not break from life's challenges and adversity and things that you may feel like you've been stressing you out. Okay, so this is going to be 2021 may be a time where you will learn how to maintain your inner peace and harmony, and throughout all of the different challenges or changes that may be going on around you. Okay, and sometimes that may mean retreating from the world and finding your safe space, and so that you can regroup, refresh, and recuperate. Okay. This next card here, it says peace and harmony, Archangel Raguel. So it says, thank you, Raguel, for surrounding my life in a harmonious light. And interestingly enough, Archangel Raguel, his name means friend of God. Okay, his chief role in heaven is to oversee all of the other archangels and angels, and he ensures that they are all working well together in a harmonious and orderly fashion according to divine order and will. As a result, he's often referred to as the angel of justice and fairness. Raguel, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name, loves to be a champion of underdogs, and he can help those who feel slighted or mistreated become more empowered and respected. Okay, so again, these feelings of feeling like you defeated, feeling like you need to take a beat from the world and retreat to recuperate. You may feel slighted, you may feel mistreated. This year you will learn about your strength, your inner power, and find inner peace through that. Okay. Hope this helped you, Capricorn, and I wish you all the best for 2021. Just the feelings that I'm getting from these cards is just, it feels like you've been through a lot, and hopefully this year will show you that you can turn things around through your own inner power. Okay, so sending you good energy. Wish you all the best. All right. So on to the next reading. Okay, so this is the reading for Aquarius. Okay, so these are the cards that are were drawn for you, Aquarius. So let's start from the first position. So leaving 2020, coming into 2021, this is the energy that is coming for you. So this is the Eight of Swords. Okay, Eight of Swords carries Jupiter and Gemini energy. Um, it corresponds to the dates May 21st to May 31st, and it represents the first decan of Gemini. It's 0 to 10 degrees of Gemini. So this is a card of being paralyzed by possibilities, unable to focus and channel your mental energy, mental blockages. As you can see, the card depicts a woman bound up and surrounded by all these swords. So it's like there's a lot of, again, a lot of options, a lot of possibilities, but you can't seem to narrow in on just one, and you feel paralyzed and you don't know how to weigh the pros and cons, and it's basically kind of being stuck in your own head. So it's like self-limiting thoughts or ideas that keep you trapped or keep you from progressing forward. Okay, and maybe someone has put something in your head that has made you felt this way, that you can't break out of it, or maybe this is something that you've feel as though you've self-created. More than likely, this is a card of feeling like self-created, but this is but basically it talks about Jupiter Gemini energy is it's like I feel like I have this a lot, but it's, you know how you have like 1,001 different ideas and thoughts running through your head all at once, but you can't seem to find all the words to communicate that to other people, or it's like you don't, like, you have an image, a mental image in your head of what you want, but you have a hard time expressing it in words that makes so that it makes sense to other people, if if that makes any sense. Yeah, I'm like a good example of Jupiter and Gemini energy, but that's kind of the idea with this card here. So this is how the beginning of the year starts out for you, Aquarius. Okay. Um, so towards the end of the year, which is represented by this card here, the number 2 card. So this is the Hierophant. Okay. The Hierophant represents Sun and Taurus energy. Okay. It corresponds to the dates April 20th to May 20th. Okay, this is a card about finding your own truth, thinking for yourself, traditions, conventions, and learning to follow your own heart, be your own guru per se. Okay, the reason why this card represents is symbolized with Taurus is because Taurus is a very stable sign. Okay, Taurus is, like, we don't jump into. I'm a Taurus. If I haven't touched you, so we like a sure bet. We like security, so we tend to be very traditionalist most of the time. So Taurus is about tradition, things are that are sure and proven. Okay, and it's about groundedness. It's about foundations, balance, traditions. Okay, so in this context here, what this card is saying is that you may feel stuck in your head in the beginning of the year, but by the end of the year, you're gonna discover your own path out, your own way to glory, so to say. Like, you see the staircase here, extending into the light. So you look within yourself and you find all the answers that you have within yourself. Okay, you create your own foundation here, your own path forward out of it, and it's all self-imposed. Like until you realize that you are your own worst enemy, from this card here, that's when you'll reach this space. Okay, so this is something that may be a big theme for you this year, Aquarius. Okay. Your last card here is your angel card here. It says, clear your vibes. Okay, and it represents by Archangel Metatron. It says, thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy field. Okay, so Archangel Metatron, he is known as the Archangel of Empowerment. Okay, he is one of only two angels, the other being Sandalphon, that are said to have ascended from a human incarnation on Earth and into the angelic realm. So he's if you look in the Bible, the story of Enoch. Okay, so Enoch was transformed into an angel. So, and he said that he's one of two actual human beings to ever become an angel. Okay, most times, from what I understand, angels don't ever become humans. Humans don't become angels. They're kind of two different species. So this is something that's very rare. Okay, and Metatron represents humankind's abilities to access spiritual power and achieve ascension. Okay, he is the angel to call upon when you need help clearing out anything that may be stuck in your life. Okay, anything, any energy or anything that you need to release that no longer serves you, so that you can, you know, ascend or move to the next level or evolve like this here. So you're not so so if you are the type that prays and believes the angels, call upon Archangel Metatron, okay? They help you clear out this whatever the vibes here that are keeping you stuck in your head, so that you can get to this place here where you are moving forward, you have clarity, you have insight, you're moving from a place of foundation and fortitude and confidence. All right. um, okay, and yeah, so I think that's all we have for this one. So Aquarius, thank you so much for checking out this reading, and we'll be moving on to the next sign after this. Okay, so this is a reading for the sign of Pisces. Okay, so Pisces, here are the cards that I have pulled out for you. All right, so in the beginning of 2021, coming out of 2020, you have the Seven of Cups here. Okay, Seven of Cups carries Venus and Scorpio energy. Okay, it corresponds to the dates November 13th to the 22nd, and it's from 20 to 30 degrees of Scorpio, so the last decan of Scorpio. Okay, so this is a card here where it's full of possibility. There's a lot of things that you are emotionally invested in. Okay, so there's a lot of things, a lot of options before you. Okay, that you like. All right, but it's not. You don't have it yet, but there's a lot of things that excite you that's going about. Okay, so this is like pie in the sky. You have high hopes, dreams, things like that, and it's in the reverse position. So you may feel like you've lost these things, or there is no more hope for these things that you once had coming into 2021. Okay, or it may be, or this could be, reverses can be interpreted two ways, or it could be that the beginning of this year, you're going to start having dreams and hopes about several things that you want to accomplish, or seven things that you have your heart's desire set on. All right. So the second card here, the energy that's happening towards the end of 2021, going into 2022. So you have the Knight of Pentacles reverse. Okay. Knight of Pentacles carries Venus and Virgo energy, and corresponds to the dates September 2nd to the 11th, and it represents 10 to 20 degrees of Virgo, so the second decan of Virgo. All right, so here, so it's interesting, you have two cards that carry the energy of Venus. Okay, so you have Venus and Scorpio. which is all about your possessions, your desires, your wants, your, things that you really, really desire, those type of things that you, all right. And you have Venus in Virgo, which says, okay, I'm planning the course. This is what I want to have. These are the things that I want to make happen and manifest. So I'm going to make a plan. I'm going to go by step so that these things can happen. So this is like a slow and steady energy here. As you can see, so this is a Knight of Pentacles. So you can see he's walking kind of like on his bare feet, taking his time, getting to where he wants. He's got gold and coins and jewelry following him. So it's abundance, but it's usually Knights are very fast moving cards. Here he's more like casually taking it slow, being methodical, planning his next step. Okay, so this is a card about being very methodical, slow, being patient, taking your time, being thorough, not rushing into anything. Okay, just staying the course too. Okay, even if it feels like things aren't looking out in your favor or things are looking bad, stay the course. Okay, and this is more about, so it's reverse. So it's more about learning to control that. Where Scorpio is like very possessive. Scorpio in here, it's more like it doesn't want to change. It wants to hold on tight because it fears losing. It fears not possessing or not having hope, not having the dream, or because reality is harsh and having its hope stashed. So it's like, well, if I don't venture out, then I won't have reality come smack me in the face if things don't work out the way that I plan. So this card here is saying, okay, I'll venture out slowly and but surely. I'll take my time. I'll look over everything. I'll do my research. I'll double check. I'll do my homework. So that things, so that I'm confident. And I'm not rushing into anything, and I'm looking out for the best interest of myself. So that's kind of the message here. It's more like relax, take it slow. Okay, don't. I'm saying like, okay, so Spirit, tell me about. Don't let your head get too big. Out, if that means anything. That's what Spirit just told me to say. Don't let your head get too big. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Okay, that Spirit just told me that to tell you. Okay, look before you leap. That's another thing that was just told to me. And don't be afraid, but don't be paralyzed by fear. Okay. This card here, the final card. Count your blessings. Thank you, universe and angels, for the blessings in my life. All right. So again, gratitude will go a long way for you. If you carry an energy of gratitude for things that you do have, and again, this goes about the sayings that, oh well, that's why there's 7 cups here, because it's like the whole reason why I talked about before about Scorpio feeling very possessive is because it's like, if it feels as though if it goes after one thing, then it could lose something else, or if it goes after this, then it'll lose something else here. So it's saying count your blessings, be grateful for the things that you do have, and don't be upset if you do lose the minor things. It's more like being grateful for the, not for possession, but for the experience. There's like a saying that says, life is a journey. It's like, okay, well, I want to be happy, but it's like, okay, well, there's no amount of money, there's no amount of material things that will ever lead to happiness. Is the journey that of your life, the ups and the downs, the good and the bad. everything that happens, you have to find your happiness through all of the ups and downs, which Spirit's telling me that the cards being reversed is telling me about persevering through the highs and the lows, the good and the bad, the ups and the downs, and not losing sight of the journey, the main goal here. Okay, just because one thing bad happened to you here doesn't mean throw the baby out with the bad water. Throw the baby out with the bath water, if that makes any sense. Okay. All right. And okay, so I think that's all I'm getting for Pisces. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, Pisces. And okay, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I really do appreciate this. It's been such a journey trying to make these videos, and stuff going on in my personal life. And this last year, it just seemed like I've just had so many obstacles happening. From having the coronavirus, being in the hospital, then recovering from that, and still dealing with health issues from that, and trying to record videos and do readings and keep up with that every week. I really do appreciate everyone's support and love, and I send that love right back to you. Please be sure to click the like button and subscribe to the channel to support me. I really do appreciate it. And follow me on my social media, on my Instagram, on my Twitter. And last thing, I want to close out every video just as a little remembrance to everyone watching and to myself. And I want to, to my spiritual team, my guides, my angels that are assisting me and empowering me through this whole endeavor. Go in peace and go in love. Thank you so much. God bless you, and may 2021 be the best for you. Take care.